Hello everyone, I'm Ventors again here with the English language lesson for grade 10. As usual, within 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to take you all through the lesson, all about the personal pronouns, subject and object forms. You'll have the chance learning the difference between both personal pronouns as subject and object forms, plus extra knowledge on the object pronouns that serves as the object of a preposition, as well as how they come across in sentences later on this lesson. Something you might have got used to when enjoying your English classes with your English teachers, and if you are willing to have extra knowledge with this regard, then you are in the right spot. Just stay tuned. Well, in English language grammar point of view, personal pronoun is a short word used as a simple replacement for the proper noun of a person, and each of them is used to describe the grammatical person, gender, number, and case of the noun it replaces. Well, one of the most important uses of the personal pronouns is that they are used to replace proper nouns or names of people, places, or things to make sentences shorter and clearer. Please take a closer look at these two example sentences and repeat after me. Maria likes a husky dog very much. She bought it yesterday. The highlighted words like he and it, as in the second sentence, replace the proper names or nouns like Maria and the husky dog, as shown in the first sentence, and again they are called personal pronouns. Please refer to this table to see the grammar point of view on the personal pronouns. In English language, a personal pronoun can be in one of three persons, and it can be either in a singular form or a plural form. In the first column, the first person pronoun refers to the person being speaker, where in this case is I, as the first person pronoun in singular form, and we as the first person pronoun in plural form. Then in the second column, it's the second person pronoun refers to the person being spoken to, where in this case is you as the second person pronoun as either in singular or plural form. And in the last column, it's the third person pronoun refers to the person being spoken of, where in this case is he for masculine refers to a male, a boy, or a man, and she is feminine, refers to a female, a girl, or a woman, while it refers to a single thing or a single animal. Alright, as I mentioned earlier, that our focus today is all about the personal pronouns, subject and object forms. Therefore, I would like to refer you all to this table here for the details. So, in brief, there are two different types of personal pronouns, and they are personal pronoun that serves as the subject of a sentence because it mostly does the action in a sentence, also known as the subject pronouns as shown in the first column of the table, such as I, you, he or she and or it, we, you and they. And in the next column, it's the personal pronoun that serves as an object form of a sentence because it mostly receives the action of the sentence, which is also known as the object pronoun. So they are me, you, him or her or it, you and them. Please pay attention and listen to me saying them in both subject and or object forms. I, me. You, you. He, him. She, her. Or it, it. We, us. You, you. They, them. Alright, to make it clear, I would like to refer you to these example sentences in the table to see how a personal pronoun works either as the subject form or in an object form. So let's do it this way. Please refer to the first column only to focus on a personal pronoun as a subject of the sentence, and then refer to the second column of the table only for a personal pronoun as an object form of a sentence. So please stay tuned. Let's look at the first sentence as in the first column. I phoned Maria. In this sentence, I is used as the subject of the sentence or as the person or thing doing the action or being described. And obviously, I as the subject of the sentence comes before the verb phoned. Alright, the other sentences like say after me, you know how to paint well, he is very kind to his children, she is not a great teacher, it is a smart dog, we love our children, they love books. We and or they stop the sentence or are used as the subject of the sentence. Again, in each sentence, the personal pronouns like you, he or she or it, we and or they stop the sentence or are used as the subject of the sentence because it does the job as the person or thing doing the action or being described, and they are obviously placed before a verb or followed by a verb. While in the second column of the table, please have a closer look at the sentences when we come to personal pronouns as an object of a sentence. Let's look at the first sentence. Maria phoned me. In this sentence, our focus is on the personal pronoun as the object of the sentence. Where in this sentence, Maria phoned me, and me is the personal pronoun as an object of the sentence or as the person receiving the action shown by the verb phoned. And obviously, it comes after the verb phoned. Let's look at other examples. Also, please say after me. Because your mother is helping you, all his children like him. The students don't like her very much. We love it. They always live with us. In fact, they are reading them now. The words like you, him, or her, or it, us, and them refer to as the object of the sentence, and it can be the person or animal or thing that receives the action shown by the verb in the sentences, and most of the time they come after the verbs or a preposition. Okay, as I mentioned earlier in this lesson that we can also use an object pronoun after a preposition, which serves as the object of a preposition or the object of a verb or the object of a sentence. Please refer to these example sentences. I don't know how to play this game. Can you play with me? In this sentence, the object pronoun me receives the action shown by the verb, which can also be the object of the preposition with. Or with the object pronoun me comes after the preposition with. Please look at other examples and say after me. Please come to my office. Say the word after me. Antonio stands in front of her. They seem to hate Maria and me. Can you run over to my house next door? So, as shown in these examples, the prepositions like to, after, of, and before sit before the object pronouns like my, me, and her. And notice, whenever you see a preposition after that, what needs to follow is an object pronoun. Alright, now let's look at how we use multiple subjects and or object. But first, let's look at how we use the multiple subjects. When we start a sentence with multiple subjects, as in this example, Maria and I work at a university, wherein this sentence is started by placing the multiple subjects such as Maria and I, where Maria is the proper name or the proper noun of a person, and I is a form of the personal pronoun known as the subject pronoun, and both Maria and I are used as the subject of the sentence, or because Maria and I are the people doing the action or being described by the verb work in this sentence here. Now let's look at how we use the multiple objects, as in this sentence you are about to see here. The gift is for Maria and me. Now, if you omit Maria in this sentence, it would be something like this. The gift is for me. However, when we say the gift is for Maria and me in this sentence, you can see that there is more than one object pronoun, or the multiple objects, where in this case is Maria and me. And Maria appeared to be a proper noun or a name of a person, also kept as an object pronoun, as to most proper nouns do at the same time, most particularly when they sit at the end of the sentence. So, whenever you see a proper noun or name of a person sits at the end of a sentence, it is both a subject and object pronoun forms. And me is the object pronoun, and in this sentence both Maria and me serve as the object of the sentence, because Maria and me are the people who receive the action shown by the verb is or shown by the object of the preposition for, as in for Maria, and the preposition and, as in and me. Or in brief, Maria, a proper noun or name as an object form, comes after the preposition for, and then me comes after the preposition and. So the gift is for Maria and me. Alright, let's go back to both sentences with multiple subjects and objects. You might be wondering why we don't say something like I and Maria work at the university, or the gift is for me and Maria. It is obvious that whenever a person or a thing is speaking in the name of the first person, or when he or she is talking about him or herself on behalf of I or me, or using I or me, and if there is another subject or object involved, the rule is simple. Remember to always include the first person pronoun last. So it would always be Maria and I when serves as the subject of the sentence, or Maria and me when serves as the object of the sentence, or the object of a verb, or the object of a preposition, or we can also use it this way when with more and more subjects or objects involved. For example, it would be something like Maria, Antonio and I went shopping together, or the gift is for Maria, Antonio and me, etc. It is considered a little bit not polite way to put ourselves on behalf of I or me before other subjects or objects. For example, it wouldn't be right to say I, Maria and Antonio went shopping together, or the gift is for me, Maria and Antonio, or I and Antonio went shopping together, etc. Even as according to the grammar point of view, the sentence is 100% grammatically correct. So basically, I or me will always be the last mentioned for or written when there is more than one subject or objects, or with multiple subjects or objects in a sentence. So in brief, we would say Maria and I, or you and I, or Maria and me, or you and me. And whenever there are more and more subjects or objects involved, remember to mention or to write, for example, Maria, Antonio and I, or Maria, Antonio and me, etc. Alright, I hope this part is clear for you all. So, to make it short, use you and I, or Antonio and I when it is the subject of the sentence, and use you and me, or Antonio and me, when it is the object of the verb, or the verb, or the object of the sentence, or the object of the preposition. Alright, in brief, a subject pronoun would be simply acknowledged as in these two example sentences here. Antonio loves horses. He both won yesterday. In the first sentence, the proper noun Antonio is the subject of the verb loves, while in the second sentence, the proper noun Antonio is replaced by the pronoun he, and also serves as the subject of the verb both. And in case of object pronouns, it is simply described as in these two examples. Maria has 3 dogs. She loves them very much. In the first sentence, the noun dog is the object of the verb has, or the object of the sentence, while in the second sentence, the noun dog is replaced or substituted by the object pronoun them. And again, it serves as the object of the verb loves. So, in brief, either the noun dogs, as in the first sentence, being replaced by the object pronoun them, because either dogs or them serves as the object of the sentence or the object of the verbs and receives the action in the sentences. The personal pronouns, either in a subject or an object form, plays a very important role as according to the grammar point of view. They stand on behalf of the people, things, and perhaps animals, or things in general, and serve as the star, either in spoken or written forms. It is obvious that they enable us to avoid repeating proper nouns. Please refer to this short paragraph to read about Archbishop Desmond Tutu, a South African social rights activist. As what you can see in this short paragraph about the Archbishop Desmond Tutu, you can see that the proper noun or name on behalf of Archbishop Desmond Tutu has been repeatedly mentioned 3 or 4 times as in the paragraph, either as the subject or as the object of the sentence. But with personal pronouns, this paragraph becomes much easier and less annoying to read. To make it clear, let's look at how these proper nouns or names change to the personal pronouns as subject or object form. Let's read them together. Archbishop Desmond Tutu was born in 1931 in South Africa, and he rose to international fame in the 1980s as an opponent of apartheid. The Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to him in 1984. He has written 7 books and has co-written or contributed to many others. So, when you start reading this paragraph reviewed, we can still start the sentence in the paragraph with the proper noun Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Why? Because for when it comes to the next sentence with the next subject pronoun starts the sentence or object pronouns at the end of the sentence, the readers or listeners are able to tell who does the writer refer to as a he or a him here. So, as what you can see in this paragraph, it is you or perhaps many other readers or listeners to tell that the writer uses he and him to refer to Archbishop Desmond Tutu here. So, therefore, remember, we still have to keep the proper noun or name Archbishop Desmond Tutu at the beginning of the paragraph, or the personal pronoun as the subject of the sentence. As in, Archbishop Desmond Tutu was born in 1931 in South Africa. But when, as the paragraph goes on with the same proper noun or name, the personal pronoun as subject or object takes the position of the proper noun or name, or the proper noun or name being replaced as in the next sentence of the paragraph here. So, instead of saying Archbishop Desmond Tutu rose to international fame in the 1980s as an opponent of apartheid, the Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to Archbishop Desmond Tutu in 1984. The sentence goes on in the paragraph by substituting the repeated proper nouns like Archbishop Desmond Tutu to the personal pronoun as subject or object form to make it much easier and less annoying to read as in these sentences. He rose to international fame in the 1980s as an opponent of apartheid. The Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to him in 1984. He has written 7 books and has co-written or contributed to many others. So, you see, the word like he is a form of personal pronoun, serves as the subject of the sentence, and you can see that he comes before the verb, as in he rose and he has written. And the most important thing to remember is that when he serves as the subject of the sentence, he is the person or thing. The word him is thing doing the action in the sentence, while the word him is also a form of a personal pronoun, serves as an object form of a sentence, and or in to him, and him comes after the verb awarded and the preposition to. And the most important thing to remember is that an object of a sentence is always the person or thing receiving the action of the sentence. Alright, I hope everything we have come across throughout our lesson today is clear. And now please refer to this task before we conclude our lesson. By the way, before I conclude our lesson for today, I do have one task for you to do, and it is about personal pronouns, subject and object form. And it is, of course, something we have just gone through just now. Alright, as we are about to see in this task, please refer to the instruction and think about what it tells you to do. Okay? Basically, I want you to match the items about the personal pronouns as object forms on the right to the items about the personal pronouns as subject forms on the left. Alright, let's do them one by one together and take a few seconds to look at the items on both sides, the subject and the object. Alright, let's look at the first item from the object side. It's the object it. So, which item from the subject side does the object it match with? Okay, so what do you think is the subject of the object it? Let's see. Where in the subject direction is the arrow pointing to? Alright, it's the subject it. So, the subject of the object it is it. Great. Okay, now moving on. What is the subject of the object them? It is the subject they, right? Okay, so the subject of the object them is they. So, they, them. Cool. Now moving on to the next one. What is the subject of the object you? Let's see together where in the subject direction is the arrow pointing to. Alright? Okay, we've got it. It's the subject you. So the subject of the object you is you. Notice what? You is the second person personal pronoun, and you is either the second person singular and or plural. And it is also the same word that serves as both subject and object. So you see, you is you. Okay, moving on then. What is the subject of the object me? Yeah? Guess what? Let's see where in the subject direction is the arrow pointing to. Okay, we've got it. It's the subject I. So, the subject of the object I is me. Okay? It's the first person singular pronoun. I as subject and me as the object form. Okay, now moving on to the next one. What is the subject of the object us? Again, let's see where in the subject direction is the arrow pointing to. Okay, we've got it here. It's the subject we. Okay, So the subject of us is we. Alright, moving on. What is the subject of the object her? Again, let's see, where is the arrow pointing to? Okay, we've got it. It's the subject she. And so the subject of her is she. Okay, so what's missing here? We still have one more object item to go, right? And it's the object him. Got it? So, what is the subject of the object him? It's the subject he, right? So, the subject of the object him is he. So, he, him. Alright, we have matched all the items from the object side to the items of the subject side perfectly. And this means we have come to the end of our lesson today. But guess what? I also have one more task for you to do back home. And it is a homework for you. And do go through them for practice. And when you finish this homework task, you can compare the answers with a colleague from the same level of high school who you are with, who you live with, or try to consult with your relatives or neighborhood families who might have the ideas about this lesson plus this homework task. And or you can feel free to email me anything about the task or any questions about, most importantly, the homework task, your answers to this homework task. Again, no rush. You can do it later this week or anytime whenever you are available. But of course, when your internet connection is available. Do email me through my email address down here, verkanjufollow@gmail.com, or to my WhatsApp number 77102221. I repeat, 77102221 or 2221. Alright, just for you to know, I am also available for any calls from you to answer your questions or anything about the lessons that you might need further explanations from me. So feel free to do that. Alright, as usual, before I conclude our lesson, I would like to remind you all again on the WHO's continuing encouragements on the individuals in the world, and that is of course including us all, the individuals in Timor-Leste, to take care of our own health and protect others during the COVID-19 pandemic by washing hands frequently with water and soap or using hand sanitizing gel, maintaining social distancing like keeping a distance of 1 meter or 3 feet minimum between yourself and anyone who is coughing or sneezing, avoiding touching eyes, nose and mouth, following respiratory hygiene, covering your mouth and nose with your bent elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze, and then disposing of the used tissue immediately, seeking medical care early if you have a fever, cough and difficulty breathing, and staying informed and following advice given by your healthcare provider, national and local public, on how to protect yourself and others from COVID-19 pandemic. Alright, you have been fantastic learners. Goodbye.
La hija cole